Yo, what's going on, people? Kzo's back here with another video, and today I want to talk about the latest BKChat episode. They're back with another season, and congrats to them. They've shown the longevity. You know, they were the first platform on the internet where I saw a bunch of black people and ethnic minorities having debates about social issues from the UK. Do you know what I mean? It would always get heated, but it was always entertainment. But to be honest, I don't agree with this way they've come back. Um, I hear it. This bit of content is rage baiting. It's capturing attention. Everyone's talking about it, but I don't think it's good for the progress of our community. So, if you want to know what I'm talking about, basically, there's a guy called Ginger J, and he featured on the episode, and he highlighted his distaste for black women. Yeah, it got heated. Anyway, just watch the clip now.
Nah, that you want to no. Here's why I don't date black women. Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot.
I'm listening.
Because you lot don't like to listen.
I'm listening.
I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Which place?
Your place.
Which
and when you
place?
get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were
You're not
cheating
a
on
man.
you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were
Watch
cheating
this.
on you.
Stay in your place.
Cheated on you multiple
Black women-
times.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know.
you're
And that's
putting no
why
one in
I'm
their
never
place.
going to be in your
That's
pom
why you had to
again.
go dip out the pool.
I'm not with
because
black
you
women
control
because you don't
nobody.
like to get put in your place.
Apologies,
Listen,
sir.
listen.
Apologies.
Where?
Apologies.
Oh wait, you just wait. Did she just shoot? Did she just shoot?
What kind of
Did she just shoot? Go. Where's your hair? Where's your hair? Where's your hair?
Once you talk about black women's hair, you're on your own, my guy. You're on your own. I was with you. Like, he's allowed to have a preference. You know, he's trying to talk about how she's held him down and picking up his Asian queen. But the moment you went for the hair, my guy, you was on your own. You're going to have to deal with it. Yeah. You're going to have to deal with this by yourself, my brother.
Take off your head, man. Where's your hair?
You're triggered.
Where's your hair?
Well,
I'm
that's
triggered.
supposed to hurt.
I said I was
You're
triggered.
triggered.
Did I not say I was
No.
triggered? Where's your hair?
No.
Where's your hair?
Look at where's your hair?
Show me your hair.
No, he's
Show me your hair.
pressed. He's
Show me your hair.
pressed.
Take off your eyelash.
People, you're pressed.
Take off your eyelash.
You're pressed.
Take off your makeup.
You're pressed
I'll
because
bring-
you got
watch this.
cheated on.
I'll-
1,
no,
2,
yeah,
3,
yeah.
4.
Where? Watch
1,
this.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Jumping.
And I'll bring my natural hair
Jumping.
Indian woman in here now.
And then what?
she looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on
you
your
young people
ground.
got the crowd
Shut
got
up, man.
silent. The crowd
Out
was
here with
silent.
fake hair, fake
The crowd
eyelashes.
got silent.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I don't agree with this. I don't think BKChat should have allowed this to come out. Where do we draw the line when it comes to content? The reason why I'm saying this is because, yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and the revolution will be televised, meaning whatever people do is on them, but it will be filmed and it will be put out there. I hear that notion. But what I will say is this isn't progressive for the black community. We're already dealing with issues of discrimination and gender roles issues and us fighting each other. This just adds fuel to the fire. The question was, is dating outside of your race a preference or self-hate? I guess what they mean is, if you're consistently dating someone out of your race, can that just be seen as preference, or is it seen as self-hate? He literally demonstrated self-hate. Like, he got so triggered, during the conversation. And he wasn't fighting the people there. They were just pawns in the situation. What you saw there was a display of someone reliving trauma. Yeah, he said it. He said, through his own experiences with black women, that's how he has drawn his conclusion. And the more the black women on the panel were talking and prodding him and questioning his decision, or what he was saying, he got angrier and angrier. Listen, they're having a debate. And what they didn't do anything like wrong. People are saying that I saw the China guy say something like, "Oh, they kept poking and poking, and then that's the reaction they got, or whatever." But they were having a debate. They were asking normal questions you would ask in a debate, right? They wanted to know his reasoning and all of that, and what the differences are in races, and when it comes to the women. But he was just getting angrier and angrier, and he crashed out. That was a full blown crash out. Now that's trauma. For whatever reason, he has probably gone through some stuff with black women, and that conversation just reminded him, and he was responding to whatever that trauma is. But unfortunately, all of the people there that were on the receiving end of his aggression, they were just pawns in the situation. Do you know what I mean? The way I look at this is everyone's now getting at him, saying things, so much going on in the comment section, so much activity. I've seen so many lives, people on TikTok talking about this situation. And I just want to say that I don't think there's any need to be offended by his words. Try and look at the situation all round. This doesn't stem from him. This stems from slave masters, oppressors. Yeah? All of us that discuss black issues and fight each other, we're just pawns. We've been poisoned, right? Not me, but a lot of us. Maybe I've been poisoned in other ways, but a lot of us have been poisoned. Now, where the oppressors have done a big job on us, we have all these stereotypes. Stereotypes like black girls have attitude, black on black crime, all of these things. They're stereotypes that have been out there for years. So when someone has a bad experience, yeah, because of what they've been poisoned with, they tend to now agree with the stereotype. So that's what's happening here. He has, obviously, he knows about the typical things they will say about black women, and he has now jumped in on it. And because of his own experience, maybe with black women, he's now jumping on that bandwagon. So the bigger picture is that this is something the oppressors have put out there. This is something that has stemmed back from slavery days. But our job is not to bite the bait. Listen, the truth is, and what I'm realizing more and more in life, so I have a bit more grace for people. We're all products of what we've been through, meaning our response to life, how we move, what we do, is going to be based on what we've been through, our experience. We're sponges. We learn, we pick up things, we go through trauma, and then we react. And sometimes, especially within the black community, we don't get therapy, we don't heal. So then all it takes is something, it's like a bottle. When the bottle gets filled, it's bubbling up. All it takes is for a little tip and everything spills over. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we saw live and direct on BackChat. So, yeah, where I understand that, I will also say he was dead wrong. He didn't need to use that level of aggression towards the black women. He did not need to say the things he said, yeah. And also, you don't go on a stage that's broadcasted worldwide and humiliate your own culture like that. Do you know what I mean? Because the truth is, yeah, if we're gonna have a real conversation, this ain't a situation to do with black girls or black women. Yeah, this is a situation to do with black people. This ain't, you can't single out black women and say, oh, they don't know how to stay in their place, or they've got attitude, I can't deal with them, all of that. Our whole race has attitude. Yeah? Our whole race has attitude. The thing is, yeah, even the way we're judged as black men, think about it. People see us as aggressive too, yeah? When you're walking down the street innocently and that white person or person from another race crosses the road, yeah, or is acting all funny, they've already judged you. The same way you can say black women have attitude, they'll say the same about you, that, oh, he's a bit rowdy as a black man. Do you know what I mean? The only reason why maybe we get away with it a bit is because there's also a fetish. Look, some races fetish black men. We're seen as sexual objects. So sometimes we get a bit of a blight, even though black women are now, well, have always been seen as sexual objects to certain races too. Yeah. But I feel like black women actually get it hard. And all this done is prove the points that these black women have been screaming for time. The points that, oh, black women get it the hardest, they have to struggle the most. Do you know what I mean? Is they're neglected, all of this stuff. It's true, because even black men will get on a platform like this and talk down to them. Like, how can you go against your own race like that? We're meant to protect these women. Like, what's going on? So don't get it twisted. We are all judged. We are all judged, and we are all, by doing this, by having these debates and fighting each other, we're just proving their point. The other way to look at this is, I've grown up with black women, like, got a sister, got a mum. I've been in relationships with black women. Yeah. I've suffered at the hands of black women too. But is it possible that this could just be a cultural thing as well? So obviously, I feel like as a black race, we have trauma. That's first and foremost. We have trauma. I feel like things that have happened in the past, in terms of slavery and back in the day, colonization, poverty, you know, I feel like as black people, we just have more to prove in this life. That's why there's a lot of pride. That's why there's a lot of ego. That's why there's the crab in a bucket syndrome. Yeah. So we're very passionate about things. We can be aggressive. You know, we're strong willed as people, and I think it's just the cards that life dealt to black people. Also, in our cultures, in especially the ones I can highlight is Nigerian culture, Jamaican culture. We are loud people. We are passionate. We are loud. We have attitude. Not just black women, black culture. It is what it is. Flamboyant, everything. So we're just a bit like, so generally speaking, across the board, I think there's an attitude problem. I wouldn't fully call it a problem, because in some ways, it's brought vibes to our culture in music, in dance, in performing. Like, that attitude works. Do you get what I'm saying? It makes us a bit lit. But what I will say is, it's still part of the culture. So to single out black women and talk about it and use it against them is actually wrong. And you're not looking at a mirror. You can't see yourself, because a lot of men too are aggressive. They don't have shit, you know? Like, I know that when they talk about black boys and crime and being bad in society, a lot of it is systemic, right? But at the same time, let's call a spade a spade. A lot of us won't have it, and a lot of us will back ourselves, and a lot of us will fight. So that's an attitude that we all carry. Do you know what I mean? If we don't like it as black men for them to stereotype us and to group us and to judge us, then who are we to now do the same to our women? Do you know what I mean? So if this is really a problem, which it kind of is, then all of us should be judged. Then we all need to change. It's something we all need to work on. Don't just single out the black women. That's what I will say. Now, when he started talking about their hair and the eyelashes and stuff, black women are not the only race of women that do that stuff. Like, a lot of other races, they add extensions to their hair, they wear wigs, eyelashes across the board. And where in some cases I hear it, sometimes they don't look good. They don't really look good. But sometimes, let's be honest, guys, Sometimes it brings out some of these girls' beauty. Sometimes they look good. A lot of these girls that you're watching on Instagram and you're enjoying, they're wearing weaves, wigs, eyelashes, the whole shebang. But you're still lusting over them. So how can you draw them out on that? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right. The only thing I will agree on is sometimes it don't look great, and when it don't look great, then cool. Yes, certain people, even the way what I will say is, do it properly or don't do it at all. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna tell a woman what she should look like or what she shouldn't and should do. I can just choose whether it works for me, if it's in my partner, or whether it doesn't. And with my own partner, I'll advise. And sometimes as a man, you just keep quiet. But no, you say your true opinion, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? What I'm most appalled by is the fact that we're still not clocking the game as a race. We're still fighting. We're still leaving the gate wide open for people to run in and abuse us. And what I mean by that is, by this guy saying that, he's already showing that there's no unity in our culture. He's fueling the gender war in our culture, and it gives room for people outside of our race to come in and jump in on the bandwagon. I've seen comments like of people from other races saying things like, it's okay for him to have a preference, but he didn't need to say it like that. Or certain even black guys saying, oh, is he wrong though? Or is he true? Listen, remember, social media is like a world stage, right? And I'm always of the belief, oh, people are shouting outside. I'm always of the belief that, if your house is on fire, yeah, contain that and deal with it at home. Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, literally, if your house is on fire, run. Leave the house, run outside if you can. Do you know what I mean? But what I mean is, like, listen, we have our issues in our culture. Let us deal with that ourselves. On a platform like that, I don't think he should have done that. He could have just said that due to his own experiences with black women, he doesn't choose to date them. He could have kept it as simple as that. If they prodded and asked for more, he could have just said, I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone, but my preferences are my preferences. I've been through some stuff that I've experienced with black girls, and it's just not for me. And if we see that as self-hate, so be it. If we see it as preference, so be it. You know what I mean? But to go on and start abusing them and saying all these things and calling them out on their image and all of that, you're just fueling the fire and leaving room for other races to come. Because now they think they can say what they want to say, other races, and they can also now get gassed in their head and think that they're better than us. It doesn't help you as a black man to gain the other races, but them to still look down on our race, especially our women. That does not benefit us in the long run, because they'll still look at us as messy people, people with attitude, people that can't get along, and is not productive for us in this world. Do you know what I mean? So we need to allow it, man. Why are we fighting each other online? Why are black men and black women fighting each other online for the world to see? Do you see other races doing this? Other races don't do this. Do you know what I mean? So that's one thing we need to leave behind, man. I'm so disappointed. And that's why I'm also not happy that BackChat put this out, because it's run by black people. The majority of the cast is black. And I just feel like we should be putting better messages out there. Obviously, there's social issues to discuss. Yes. But there's also ways to approach conversations. And I wouldn't say it's the platform's fault for how that conversation went, but they could have cut some things out. One, yeah, they didn't have to put that edit out, man. Do you know what I mean? Because yeah, we're all talking about it, but still, it just shows how far behind we are as a community. And now to sum up here, the way I would answer that question is when you're comparing preference with self hate. Even though Ginger J already um, gave us a live demonstration of what self hate looks like, but when you're separating the two, self hate looks like what Ginger J done, or whenever you get someone that describes their preference whilst insulting the race they're not going for, which could be in this case their own race, black people. So if someone now has to disrespect their own race, yeah, or disrespect black people while saying they go for another race, that's self-hate. And that usually stems from trauma or something that's happened that has caused them to run away from dating that type of race. That's self-hate. And sometimes it's not just because of self-hate, it's because of how they've been treated by that race. The preference could just be what you're attracted to, but someone that is doing what they're doing because of preference, they will never feel they need to put down another race. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I'll judge the difference between preference and self-hate. But anyway, man, I hope this don't turn into one big gender war. And I think we need to do better as black men, because black women are neglected. They're doing well for themselves, man. So applaud yourself, black women, because with all the things working against you, I feel like they're thriving in society, to be honest. But what I will say is, if we do want, respect from them, and we do want to change, we also have to change ourselves. Because, like I said, the issue with attitude and all of that isn't a black woman problem solely. It's our race. It's all of us across the board. So if we can heal, deal with our traumas, fix up, as men, we're the leaders. We can set the tone and then show more love to black women, yeah, then we might get a change. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of us like to say things like, oh, as men, we're the leaders, head of the home, all of this stuff. So if we really believe that, do we not set the tone? If we're setting the tone now, they should feed off of us, yeah? And that should settle the score. Some might say, oh no, but they don't respect us or they don't know how to be put in their place. Like I said, it's a problem all around the board. It's not just because of them. It's generally how life has treated us. Some of these women have learnt from their mothers, their parents, who may have been abused in their own relationships, or maybe they've suffered through life and they're just more aggressive, more attitude. You know what I'm saying? So I would say we can fix this for our next generation if we all heal as a race, like my generation, millennials, older Gen Zs. If we all actually go get therapy, heal, do whatever we need to do, it's not just therapy, do whatever you need to do to maybe see the world in a different light, yeah, and then treat each other better, then maybe we can give more love to our children and maybe things will be different then. Do you know what I mean? So that's food for thought, man. But yeah, man, what do you guys think of the situation? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.